Welcome back to LFC Transfer Hub, your ultimate home for all things Liverpool. Today we've got huge transfer drama and breaking news.
Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub, your ultimate source for all the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and exclusive updates. Martin Zubimendi explains why he made Arsenal transfer after snubbing Liverpool. Martin Zubimendi has disclosed that Mikel Arteta proved highly persuasive in his choice to join Arsenal, with the Spanish manager presenting the midfield talent with the most compelling offer during a crucial period of decision-making regarding his future. Zubimendi moved to Arsenal in a £55 million transfer this past summer, with the North London club paying above his £51 million release clause to secure more favourable payment arrangements with Real Sociedad. The 26-year-old subsequently agreed to a 5-year contract with the Gunners, nearly 12 months after rejecting a switch to Liverpool. It originally seemed the Spain international would finalise a transfer to Anfield in 2024 as the Reds activated Zubimendi's release clause. Nevertheless, a last-minute change of mind saw Zubimendi withdraw from the agreement to remain with his boyhood club, with Mikel Merino departing for Arsenal instead. 12 months on and the opportunity to link up with Merino in the Premier League at Arsenal proved impossible to reject, Zubimendi acknowledges. When any proposal comes, the first question has to be whether to stay at La Real, he told The Guardian. And it wasn't the right moment to go. I stayed and it was a hard season, but I learned a lot. I wanted to step forward, take that weight after others went. Following his emphasis on being content with how circumstances have unfolded, Zubimendi added, I had watched Arsenal and I liked everything I saw, in terms of passion, youth, the feeling you got watching them. And when Mikel Arteta called me. Well, if you've ever spoken to him you'll know that he can be very convincing. He's mad about football, crazy about having everything under control, trying to get something from every little detail. He's very clear on everything and the proposal he had was the best for me. Zubimendi reckons he must adjust to the Premier League, though enhancing his capabilities was a crucial element in his choice to join the division. The Basque midfielder believes he's ready for the challenge. The pivot has to be someone who is very complete, he has to have the best qualities with the ball and without it, plus the physical capability. He has to be able to do everything, he added. It completes you, to move. It would be easy to stay in my comfort zone. But I wanted to leave that environment where I was with Real Sociedad and grow in a personal sense, to see another culture, another football. The more you come out of that, the more you develop. It's in those situations where you are pushed to the limit that you get the best out of yourself. I think I have a lot to learn in the Premier League, a lot to improve, but I think I can do that. Liverpool star Hugo Ekitike gets brutally honest verdict from French media. Hugo Ekitike received a low rating from French media as he struggled to replicate his excellent Liverpool form on the international stage. Ekitike has hit the ground running since arriving from Eintracht Frankfurt in the summer, with his silly sending off against Southampton in the Carabao Cup after removing his shirt in celebration being the only blot in his copybook. That form led to him being handed his first senior caps by France boss Didier Deschamps last month. After substitute appearances against Ukraine and Iceland, Ekitike was thrown into the starting lineup for Friday's World Cup qualifier against Azerbaijan, partnering Kylian Mbappé in a front two. Mbappé scored for the 10th successive match and for the 13th time in 14 appearances this season as France won 3-0. The Real Madrid striker's 53rd international goal, after a brilliant mazy dribble, put him within 4 of Olivier Giroud's national team record of 57. Adrien Rabiot and Florian Thauvin found the net after the break as Deschamps' side made it 3 wins from 3 in Group D. Ekitike, who was replaced by Jean-Philippe Mateta on 79 minutes, had a quieter game than strike partner Mbappé. As a result, he picked up a lowly rating of just 4 out of 10 from leading French title L'Equipe, who said of his performance, plenty of effort and energy, but little end product. He struck 8 times, hit the base of the post, but missed the target too often. His movement was good, yet his execution lacked precision. Only Bayern Munich's Michael Ollis, a player who has been linked with Liverpool, received a lower mark, 3-10. L'Equipe said, struggled to impact the game, lacked sharpness and cohesion with teammates. Unsurprisingly, Mbappé, who suffered an ankle injury late on, was top of the class with 8 out of 10, with the majority of the team receiving 5s and 6s. Meanwhile, La Dépêche were a little more generous with Ekitike, giving him 5.5 out of 10. They said, a timid start, before becoming the useful link for the opening goal. His driven shot hit the post, he went close again after a fine solo run. Even tried an audacious back heel, full of initiative, if not success. Again, most players received 5s and 6s, with Mbappe leading the way with July 5, 10. Ekatike is set to get further chances to impress Deschamps, who has been monitoring the 23-year-old for some time. Speaking in August, after calling him up for the first time, he said, "Hugo, because of what he did last season and at Liverpool, we were already following him at Frankfurt. Good for him. It's great that he's effective, but there's competition. I'm not going to pile up players, but he has the potential for the French team." Ekatike will hope to make a more significant impact when France continue their World Cup qualifying campaign away to Iceland on Monday. The 2022 runners-up complete their Group D fixtures in November when they host Ukraine and travel to Azerbaijan. Before then, Ekatike will hope to regain his place in the Reds' starting lineup ahead of fellow new signing Alexander Isak, having started the defeat at Chelsea on the bench. Liverpool sent January message over Marc Guéhi transfer amid Virgil van Dijk fears. Liverpool have been told they must go all out to sign Marc Guéhi in January to help ease the pressure on Virgil van Dijk to remain fit. The Reds had agreed a £35 million deal for Guéhi on transfer deadline day at the start of last month, only for Crystal Palace to pull the plug, having been unable to sign a suitable replacement. Guéhi has responded with a series of impressive performances for Palace, including in the 2-1 win over Liverpool at Selhurst Park a fortnight ago. Liverpool presently have only 3 senior centre-backs available, with summer signing Giovanni Leone ruled out for the season after surgery to repair ACL damage. The Reds had initially intended to make another move for Guéhi at the end of the season when he becomes a free agent with the expiry of his contract at Palace. Real Madrid, though, are now among a number of other leading European clubs keeping tabs on Guéhi, with former Liverpool midfielder Danny Murphy convinced his old club must now act when the transfer window opens in the new year. "We've got 11 weeks or so until the window opens," said Murphy. "Do they make a move in January and find a short-term fix, or just pay what they need to pay for Guéhi? I would get Guéhi in January. Maybe Palace won't let it happen, but he's perfect in so many ways. He knows the league, won't need time to settle. He's calm, he's quick, and he's a good footballer. He's everything you want in a centre-back. Liverpool will need to do something." Murphy added, "I would go all out on Guéhi. They've got a relationship with Guéhi and his camp. Liverpool came in for him in the same way they tried to get Van Dijk when Southampton asked for more money at the last minute and the deal fell through, so Liverpool waited and got him in the next window. For such an important position you need the best or the one you want." Ibrahima Konate has been released early from the France squad as he strives to recover from a thigh issue that saw him limp off during last weekend's Premier League defeat at Chelsea. And with Joe Gomez having featured for just 29 minutes in the top flight this season, Murphy admits the onus is on Van Dijk to remain available. "From a short-term perspective, I think if Virgil were to get an injury, that's a huge problem for Liverpool," said Murphy, speaking to ASODS.com. Konate has shown he's capable of overcoming bad spells. His consistency last season means it was his best season. We know he's capable. Gomez is also fit and capable. Before the window had shut, I thought Guéhi was more important than Alexander Isak. The only reason that might not matter is if Virgil stays fit, and he's got a great habit of staying fit for large parts of the season. He's in great physical condition, and centre-back is probably the best position when it comes to running and doing less miles." Ibrahima Konate released from France squad as Liverpool injury concerns continue. Ibrahima Konate has been released from the France squad and will return to Liverpool to continue his recovery from a thigh injury. Konate was called up by his national team earlier this week despite limping off shortly after halftime of the Reds' 2-1 Premier League defeat at Chelsea last Saturday. The centre-back sat out training for several days before being involved in a session on Wednesday at Clairefontaine. However, he failed to feature from the bench during the 3-0 home World Cup qualifying win over Azerbaijan on Friday night and has now been replaced by Marseille defender Benjamin Pavard for the game in Iceland on Monday. While there is no suggestion Konate has aggravated the problem, that he will not have featured in either game for his national team will be a concern for Liverpool boss Arne Slot. Konate is one of only 3 recognized centre-backs at Slot's disposal, with teenager Giovanni Leone having been ruled out for the season after suffering an ACL injury in the League Cup win over Southampton a fortnight ago. Liverpool will ascertain Konate's fitness on his return to the AXA training centre ahead of the resumption of their season with the Premier League visit of bitter Northwest rivals Manchester United next Sunday.